Yes? Can I get a yes in the... Yeah, okay, we're live. I can see it now. Okay, so, I was late as heck today, which is pretty on schedule because I could not figure out this live thing. But today I kind of want to rig up my stuff for this weekend, so I'm heading out to Simcoe this weekend. I've been doing some lake trout fishing and some bigger fish fishing, I guess. But I want to get all my lake trout stuff ready, and I figured I'd do a little live stream catch up with everyone. Regular Q&A as always. I got 2 rods to rig up here. I was actually going to do the leader beforehand, but I haven't had a chance yet. So I got 2 rods here. You guys are going to help me pick what we're going to be throwing. So I got to tie on the leaders first, which is the part that takes the longest. Kind of wanted to do this beforehand, like I said, but Shelby, how is it going? I don't have enough room here either, but if you guys have any questions, let me know while I'm rigging this up, and then we'll go through all the baits, and you guys can help me pick the baits for this weekend. I got some new stuff I'm excited to try for this 2021 Lake Simcoe ice fishing season, so I'm going to show you guys that. And then I think I'm just going to throw on some Old Faithfuls, stuff I have confidence in, so I'm going to have I'm going to have 3 rods with me. I only have 2 with me right now. I'm going to have a Laker rod because we might be going to some Laker stuff if there's ice. I have my whitefish rod. I'm going to be having another whitefish rod that I don't have with me right now. So probably going to do a soft plastic of sort, something that's flashy. And then for my Laker rod, probably a swim bait or a big tube. So pink worms for the win. Swedish pimples. Where are you going to be fishing? I have no idea yet. I've seen some ice reports on Facebook of ice hut operators on Simcoe that aren't operating this year, obviously because of COVID, but they still, out of the goodness of their heart, went out and checked the ice and posted it online. So I've seen a couple of ice reports. There was one that James Meager did out of Jackson's Point. Do not go to Jackson's Point, please. There was one out of Brecken that was pretty good. I'm sure there's a bunch more. I haven't really been paying much attention, but those are the 2 that I saw. There's also a bunch of you guys, like a bunch of YouTubers out there. I know Dorsey Gal does some ice reports, so if you don't really want to go and have the ice not good, I would check out those ice reports before you head out. Donnie's the best. Yeah, I haven't seen Donnie's, but how much ice on Simcoe, bro? I have no idea. There's open water in the middle, I'm pretty sure, so. What braid line do you recommend? I've been using Power Pro for a couple years now. I used to use the Suffix 320, whatever it's called, 326, 362, or whatever. I've had that break on me, believe it or not. The 50-pound braid, I had break on me, which is a little bit, that should not be happening. But I've been using Power Pro for a while now. With the ice, you got to be careful, though, because when you're fighting a lake trout or reeling up and down the hole, ice gets on it, or when you're fighting a lake trout, the lake trout will run sideways, and your line will kind of cut itself on the ice, down the ice hole, so you have to be careful of that. But other than that, I haven't had much issue with Power Pro or really any, actually, well, I can't say any breaks, I've been only using Power Pro, but I just kind of put a couple real turns of leader on my rods, 2 or 3, 4 maybe. So this is 10-pound. That's going on my Laker rod. On my Laker rod, it's quickly go over it, I guess. It's the 40 medium heavy, so it's got a little bit longer rod. I got a 1000 size Sedona on there, and I run 10-pound to 10-pound, so. Steel Falcor. Bro, if I could steal Falcor, I would. That thing's insane. I really want Canadian Tackle Store to make something like that. That'd be so sick. We've actually been, you guys haven't seen many of the videos. I filmed another video that hasn't been up yet, but we've been catching a fair bit of lake trout on like big tubes, like really like 6-inch tubes. I haven't personally, Josh has. I think Aaron threw it around as well, but you guys might see what I was throwing this weekend. Let me show you. It's in my box here. It's a little bit ridiculous. I got the idea from Seb, so it's not really my idea. It's the Freedom Tackle, I don't know what it's called, like big hair jig thing. I threw this around. I had a lot of chasers, a lot of like decent lake trout marks coming up and like chasing it up to the surface almost. But they were off this weekend. I only got like 3 bites, I think, in total. One of them was good, which is great, but I'm definitely going to be throwing this again. I don't think I'm going to throw it on tomorrow or this weekend. I think what I'm going to do is put this guy on. Look at this. I also had a lot of chasers on this. This is the Beast Coast Miyagi Swimmer. It's a 4.75-inch swim bait. I caught a fair bit of lake trout on this this spring. This one and this color, which I don't have a head on right now. Look at that. Has like teeth marks and everything on it. I caught a fair bit of fish on these baits so far. I might tie this up. It has a 1/2 ounce Freedom Tackle Hydra head on there. This is a choker, I believe, a choker straight shank flipping hook. And I have a stinger on there just because in the spring they were short striking it. I might take that off, we'll see. But I'm going to rig this guy up, I think, on my lake trout rod. Even if they don't like bite it or if there's no lake trout in the area, I think a presence like this high up in the water column will attract anything. So we're gonna tie this guy on. I use the Alberto knot as my line to line knot, and then I use the swindle knot. I don't know what it's called. It's you put your line through the eyelet twice, and then you pretty much tie an improved clinch knot. So Seb has a video on this knot on his channel. So does Gerald Swindle. He calls it the I don't know. I don't remember what he calls it, but that's the knot I use for majority of my stuff, other than panfish stuff, because the improved clinch is usually fine with like 4 pound. Oh, that's not good. I messed up the knot. Oh, no, we're good. So that's what the knot looks like. It has 3 tag ends, so. But I haven't had it break on me yet, so I have a lot of confidence in it. I think that's rod number 1. You guys are going to help me with rod number 2 and rod number 3. But that's what we got on rod number 1. Seb's going to see this and lose his mind. We'll see. Let's see a couple of these questions. That rod was a 40 medium heavy. New Shimano bait casting reels. To be completely honest with you, I haven't really looked at them much. I'm pretty solid with my combos right now. Oh, you know what? The Corrado 301. I really, really want that reel. It's pretty much the Tranks 300. Just not as many, or not sealed the same way, I believe. And it's like $100 cheaper. So the Corrado 301 is definitely on my bucket list. That's a sick reel. I think it's a sick reel. I haven't used it yet, but Seb, she's going shark fishing. Dude, look how sick that looks. We'll see. I can always change it. So, how to best fluorocarbon knot. Yeah, so Seb's channel, how to best fluorocarbon knot. So that was 10 pound line. On my whitefish stuff, I use like 6 and 8 pound. We're going to throw 8 pound on there because I don't have any 6 with me. So, got some sunline. Cabela's has Power Pro. Yes, they do. I know someone asked that before. There's been a couple pictures of guys out on Simcoe catching lake trout. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a different story this year because we haven't, it's almost February by the time we're getting out. So a lot of the fish, although they might not be in their early ice spots or their regular early ice spots because we usually have ice by January, these fish haven't been stung yet. So I don't know. I think this February is going to be a little bit better than past Februaries just because these fish have haven't seen a single person yet. So I think it's way too many loops. Oh well. All right, so for this rod, we're going to put on a soft plastic. I have a lot of confidence in soft plastics. Kind of get them to bite when nothing else works. Why are you biting on the line? I'm biting on the line just to position it in my other hand. Just the way I kind of learned to tie the knot. Tyler's taking the old Yamaha out of retirement tomorrow to go for some whitefish and lake trout. That's going to be fun. This weekend is going to be an absolute zoo. Guarantee it. It's such a zoo. We'll see. Woo. Do you use any 2500 reels for Lakers? Yeah, I do in open water. I throw them in open water, and I have one, I have one with me that I used to use on my stiffer rod, but I never really found a need for a 25,000 reel. So, all right. So, this rod, what are we gonna put on? I'm gonna give you guys a couple options, and we're gonna vote. And kind of see what everyone thinks. So number one option, I have to bring the LB stuff out because first of all, I have a lot of confidence in that color, and it's kind of cool using a color you designed. So we're going to start off with first this guy right here. This is new for this year. This is the Angler's Choice Ned Hog in the LB color, and I have that little Delio head from Kane's Tackle Store on there. So this is option number one. This is the Ned Hog. So you guys can see I'm trying to hold it in place for you guys, and that tail is still wiggling. Like, that's crazy. So, Ned Hog right there. Number two, let's go with... See, these are all these baits I'm pulling out for you guys have been rigged from last season. So, we can go with the last season LB Gobi. This LB Gobi still has whitefish marks in it. I think that might be good luck. This is what I ended off the season on. It's the Freedom Tackle Zodiac head with a finesse worm hook and that LB Gobi on there. That used to have fins, but fins came off when the whitefish ate them. So, this is option number two. As you guys can see, you have the line tied to the Zodiac head right there. When you're fishing silk bottom, softer bottom, that head kind of sits in the silk a little bit and you jig it up and down and stirs it up. And that Gobi always sits above that silt. So that whitefish or lake trout can always see that bait. So this is option number two. So you got Ned Hog, LB on the Zodiac. And what else can we throw? What else can we throw? I have another one rigged up from last year that has teeth marks in it. So you can also throw this guy. I don't really want to go digging in my bags, so let's pick one of these maybe. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Let's pick one of those. I don't have any of my other stuff with me, so it's gonna be one of those, and then we're gonna pick something shiny. So if you guys want to comment 1, 2, or 3, and let's see, gonna be pandemic pressure for sure. Oh yeah, there's been pandemic pressure everywhere this year. It's been absolutely nuts. Old school white tube, that would be on the other rod. I have. Oh, that's weird. We got some white tubes ready here as well. This is the one I've been catching all my lake trout on, so you guys can see teeth marks in there as well. They've been biting it so good, dude. I've been getting like chasers on the swim baits, on on what's another swim bait? On the swim baits and all that stuff, but I haven't had any fish commit to a bait and eat the bait like they've been eating the tube so far. Up north at least. So a lot of people are saying number 1 LB Gobi. Looks like number 1 is winning. So number 1 is this guy right here. So let's throw number 1 on. I'll keep the Gobis in case they want the Gobi. Let's break this guy up, and then we're going to pick something shiny. Canadian Tackle Store carry all of your lineup yet? Yeah, so Canadian Tackle Store carries all of the LB color stuff, plus some standard colors from Angler's Choice. And we got like hats and stickers in there too. There's only a couple hats left. The toques sold out. I don't think I'll be making more till next season, if I do. And then we have a couple hats left, and then some stickers are new, which is pretty damn cool. So if you guys want to go check out Canadian Tackle Store, it's www.canadiantacklestore.com. I'll leave a link later. I need to get that eye, the paint in the eye lit out first. So look at this tube, guys. This is the stuff that you find in Aaron's old Simcoe boxes. You can't buy this stuff anymore. I don't even know what this is. It's a white, it's not a pearl, it's like a white translucent tube with eyes on it. It's so goofy. The stuff Aaron has is amazing. So that's this tube's courtesy of Aaron. Well, I can't get this out right now, so we may move on to the next bait. You guys can help me choose something that rattles. We're gonna have 3 rods with us. That should be enough. Well, it's obviously enough, but I don't like retying on the ice. I'd rather just have rods that are ready. So let me quickly tie this guy on. Hoping this is getting recorded. Yes, it's getting recorded. It'll be up later. So let's tie this guy on. Glow in the dark sauce. What should I use it on it for a bait? You can use anything you want and put the sauce on it. You can use lettuce if you want and put sauce on it. Personally, I don't know if you're going for crappie or whatnot. I found that crappie in different areas of Ontario like different things. Not only depending on mood, but like literally geographically different crappies like different things. I can't get this back in here. You want something rattling, like a Swedish pimple or a BV or something like that, and like a little microplastic. You can use a spoon. As you guys saw in my walleye series, I was going to do a live stream after the walleye series so we could talk about it, but okay, I can't tie this, so we're just going to do the improved clinch knot here. But those walleye that I was catching, like 90% of them I caught within the first couple of minutes after I put that shrimp glow sauce on and put UV light on the glow sauce. The thing with the glow sauce is that it's not going to glow unless you put light on it, right? So a lot of my fish, like those 2 PBs that I caught, those 2 10-pounders that I caught, were like first drop after I put that glow sauce on. It was absolutely crazy. Even like Josh literally watched me do it. It was insane. So I definitely think it helps. I don't know if whitefish and lake trout are like walleye and they really care about the glow, but those walleye were on that glow very, very hard. I was using a glow spoon. I have the spoons here. So I was using primarily 3 spoons, right? I was using this guy. Oh. Everything is stuck. Holy. So I was primarily using this guy, the pink glow right there. The 2 1/4 inch size. This spoon already glows without sauce. If you stick a UV light to it, it will charge up and it will glow. I still stuck sauce on it. Kind of have a confidence thing, but This guy glows. So does this one, which is what I caught my first 29-incher on. Here, let me bring that up. Might as well just bring all the spoons up. So this one also glows. This is the green gold glow. Still put sauce in it. Like I said, when you guys saw me catch that fish with a little minnow head on it, he had this hook in his mouth, and I put all of the sauce here. So I think he went for the glow instead of the minnow, which is absolutely crazy. But this one also glows. But this one, the one that I caught the absolute behemoth on, does not glow, and I made it glow with the sauce. And we were fishing. I was around 3:30, I think, or 4 p.m. So the sun was going down. So I do believe that it made a difference with that glow. So that's that spoon that caught that giant. So yeah, it's definitely a confidence thing for me. But I haven't tried the glow on whitefish or lake trout yet, so I'm not sure. All right, rod number 2. We got that new bait right there. This is the wrong color. I tied the wrong color on. Let me retie it quick. This is the mud minnow color. It's a little bit of a darker color. We want that LB. We want that LB color. It's crazy though. Like, it's crazy because not only did we smash whitefish on this bait, when I went on Simcoe in the summer for smallmouth, I outfished Aaron. Like, Aaron didn't catch a single fish that day. It was crazy. Or any day that they were on a drop shot bite. It was absolutely insane. Let's see a couple questions. Pappy Bass. Aaron is at home. Aaron's in class, I think. Addison, how is it going? Sorry, I bite on my line to grab it. It's a really weird habit of mine. A very weird habit of mine. What kind of wrong color? So this was the mud minnow color. It's very similar to the LB Gobi. It's just more of a green pumpkin on top, and it has like a orange flake on the bottom, which I prefer. I prefer this belly. It's more of a natural color. There you go. Now we're good. Now we're good. Okay, and then rod number 3 I don't have with me, but we're going to pick something out for that too. Something shiny, something that rattles. I know Seb caught his latest whitefish on a new Freedom Tackle bait, which I have a couple of those, so I might do that. Because, I mean, if he caught a fish on it, why not? Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for those likes. How do you rig your stinger hooks? Oh, that's a great question. That's a really good question, actually. Let me bring up those tubes again. I would rig you up a new one, but I kind of don't want to. So this is a 3-inch tube. It's one of the smaller tubes that I was using. All I do is I go to my Bass Terminal Tackle Box. I pick up a 1/2 ounce tube jig head. So these are the perfect jig ones, I believe. Let me just take this out a little bit so you guys can see it. Right there. Perfect jig ones, I believe. Not entirely sure, don't quote me on that, but 1/2 ounce. I was fishing like 40 to like 80 feet of water, so I really want that 1/2 ounce. As for the stinger hook, there it is. So I pick up my 20-pound fluorocarbon. Braid is good too. Braid is really, really strong. The only thing with the braid is it's a lot more flimsy than fluorocarbon. So not a lot of times, depending how long your treble hook is, it can get tangled up in your line when you're jigging it. See, you guys can see that this can actually catch my line. So I use fluorocarbon for that reason. It'd be great if braid would not do that, but it does. So I use 20-pound fluorocarbon, 25-30 would probably work as well. You just want something stiff so it doesn't loop back around your line. And this is a size 6 treble hook. I believe it's a fusion hook. I actually didn't catch many fish on the treble hook. I either, one, lost them because they were small, But every single fish that was over 5 pounds ate the big hook. So I did not have a need to use the stinger hook, unless I kind of wanted those small ones. But a lot of the bigger fish will commit and they'll eat the whole thing, especially on a smaller tube like a 3 or 3.5, 4-inch tube. Let me show you guys a bigger tube though. If I have it in here. Oh yeah, look at this guy. Josh is gonna kill me. This is a tube that Josh gave me. Look at that compared to this. We for sure run a stinger hook on this. So these are the tubes. Let's put the tubes away. We are hopefully not going to need them this weekend. And let's pick something shiny. We got a new shipment of Freedom Tackle stuff in. So let's have a look here. So Seb was catching them on this guy. This is the gold Freedom Tackle Spoon blade bait. It's new for this year. The gold and the silver are new for this year. I did really, really well this fall smallmouth fishing with them. And actually caught a couple of lake trout out deep too, which is pretty cool. But that's the new gold color. I never fished a gold. I fished like small gold spoons and such, like the green and gold, but I've never fished gold for lake trout and whitefish. Usually do silver, usually do white. So I think I'm going to put on the silver one. I think that's going to be a good idea. Yeah, we got silver one is not in there, so that means it's in here. Yeah, we gotta pick a bling. For sure gotta pick a bling. Usually early season is when that Gobi bites fire. And then a lot of times we'll transition over to using more shiny and loud things later in the season. And like technically now it's later in the season, although we haven't had ice. So we have, let's pick one of these guys out. So we got a couple options again. Option number 1, you guys will let me know. We're going to have 3 options. Let's do 4 options. Let's do 4 options this time. We have the gold Freedom Tackle Spoon. Look how shiny that thing is. That's crazy. Gold. We got the Gobi Freedom Tackle Spoon. I actually used last year. Caught a couple whitefish on it. I got the Gobi Freedom Tackle Spoon in the 1/2 ounce. And let's pick a couple of jackal rattle traps out. They're all tangled up in here, which is great. Let's do this guy. This is a TN50, I believe. TN60. You guys hear that rattle in there? In a, I don't know, bluegill kind of color. So that's option number 3. And then option number 4. I don't know. Option number 4. Let's go with this guy. This is a TN60. Has some chartreuse on there. Also have caught whitefish on this guy. So those are the 4 options. You guys want to put your numbers in. Silver is number 1. Number 2 is the Gobi. Number 3 is the bluegill. And number 4 is the chartreuse. So if you guys want to drop some numbers in there, you guys can help me get all prepped for the shiny thing. Even though only one of them is actually technically shiny. River Creek fishing for trout. Yeah, I mean, if it's not frozen, they're probably in there, so. Do you use the FG knot? No, I don't. I am unable to tie that knot very well. I tie it well like once out of 10 times, so I don't trust it personally for myself. So I tie the Alberto knot. I've been using that for pretty much ever, and haven't had many issues on it as long as I tie it correctly. Hello, Dave Wilson. How's it going? Have you ever fished for whitefish or lake trout on the Freedom Tackle green hammered minnow spoon on Simcoe? I have not. I haven't. Do I tie direct? No, I still tie the 10-pound braid to 10-pound or 8-pound fluorocarbon, and then I tie to these guys. Oh, if you mean a snap, I usually do use a snap because I'm very lazy and I like to change out my things often. The Freedom Tackle ones do come with a snap already, because you can change the positioning of that snap. But that's actually a good idea. I don't even know if I have any snaps on me, so I guess we're tying direct this time. Number 2, 2, 2, 1, 4, 4. No Thule perch. No Thule perch, because everyone else is going to be throwing a Thule perch, so. It's like a tie between a bunch, so. I haven't seen you and Aaron since the Ice Fishing Expo at Seb's booth. That was a long time ago. That was before Aaron and I started dating. That's how long ago that was. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. Okay, they're all tied, so I'm just gonna pick one. We're gonna go with number 1. We're gonna go hella shiny. If anything, I'll take it off and put something else on, so. You guys were, pretty much tied with that, so. Thank you for your opinion, though. You said bling. Yeah, you're right. I did say bling. So I don't have a rod for it, so I guess we're putting it to the side now. And that's it for rigging, I guess, because I kind of just rigged all my rods. I guess we can talk about some of the new baits. I guess I kind of already showed you guys, though. We have, we have those new Ned Hogs. I'm pretty stoked about the eyes, guys. The eyes are so key. Any, like, Gobi imitation, baitfish imitation, the eyes, so key. It lets the fish position itself on the bait, right? It's a little bit more realistic, lets the fish position itself a little easier. So, Seb also made, or Kane Tackle Store also made some sweet heads with eyes on them, so you can put anything you want on there. But those are new. LB Gobis are here to stay, obviously. And then the Ace 30s and Ace 40s are new too. I caught a couple lake trout on them already in this color, so that's pretty cool. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And then other than that, I also asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions, so I'm going to go through my Instagram quickly, see if I can knock a couple of those off. And, yeah. Uni, yeah, I don't know. I don't like how the fluorocarbon is exposed in that. How many times do you bite the line? You mean how many times I loop? So when I'm running 8 or 10 pound to 8 pound or 10 pound to 10 pound, I usually go 12 and 6 or like 10 and 6 or something like that. I usually don't even count it because I'm talking to you, I'm talking to someone, but when I'm running my pike gear or my swim bait gear, I'm running 80-pound braid to 80-pound fluorocarbon, I believe it is. So when I do that kind of thicker diameter line, I run 5 and 5. And when I'm running thinner diameter line, like when I'm pan fishing and I'm running like 4-pound braid to 4-pound fluorocarbon or 6-pound braid to 4-pound fluorocarbon, I'll do more. So I'll do like 15 and like 7 or 8 back. So the smaller diameter line you have, you want more loops around so you can kind of cinch a little bit better. And the thicker diameter, you want less because you will not be able to cinch it. So you got to kind of find that for yourself. Bob, Hale B, and everyone just got home from fishing, caught 3 walleye. That's pretty sick. You said bling, only one was bling. You're right. No, you're right, James. We're gonna tie on the bling. We're gonna tie on the bling. Deep or shallow this weekend? Probably shallow because there's no ice on Simcoe, so. What size reel do you run for Simcoe? I run 1,000 size reels. I have previously run 2,500 size reels, like the ones that came off my summer setups, but these are a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, a little easier to handle, and I haven't been spooled out yet, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I keep my line on there as much as I can on there. So, absolute favorite fish to catch and season to fish in. Favorite fish to catch, probably a largemouth, just because you can do so many different things, or smallmouth. You can fish it so many different ways. You never really get bored. Favorite season is definitely summer because I'm not cold. It's still open water around me. Yeah, I saw a picture of Simcoe today, and I mean, like, there's ice and, or I guess, snow on top of ice around the corners, but the middle still looks wide open, so we're getting there slowly. You just gotta be careful if you're heading out this weekend. Gotta spud your way out, and don't trust others, so. Any scent for Lakers and whitefish? So when I'm fishing up shallow, fishing like the LB Gobi, some more Gobi presentations, I fish the Gobi sauce. And when I'm fishing deeper, or I'm fishing lake trout that are primarily feeding on herring and such, I'll fish the herring sauce. So I ever fish up north for Lakers. Depends how up north you govern north, but yeah, I have. Like north of Simcoe, yeah. Thank you for your videos. You have inspired me. Caught my first fish under the ice last weekend in Alaska. Holy, wow, that's cool. That's cool. That'd be a cool trip. Let me quickly see if there's any questions on Instagram, because I know I put up the poll this morning. Let's see. Biggest freshwater fish. Ooh, biggest freshwater fish. Lake trout, probably. Lake trout probably. Tips or info if you're thinking about starting a channel. Be yourself and stay consistent. And those are the two best things you can do. And then obviously have good videos and good lighting. Good lighting is the hardest thing to do, guys. Like, when you're fishing inside a hut, when I'm fishing inside a hut, all I think about is the lighting on my cameras. It's so bad. Obviously you need light. So I figured it out. I keep the windows open in front of the camera, and we're usually fine, but lighting is very key. Will you let Aaron catch a bigger fish? Aaron outfishes me like 80% of the time. So I think he's fine. Have you ever tried any toxic baits? Swim baits. Yeah, I have. I have one right here. This is the Wake and Crank. I fished it a little bit, not a lot. I couldn't really figure it out. I'm also pretty stubborn, and I also don't know what I'm doing. But it's cool. It's like a wake bait almost. I actually had a blow up on it, a bass blow up on it, but I couldn't get him hooked. Again, I only fished it for a little bit, so I can't really say too much on it. But yeah, I have used a toxic. That was from Bass and Guitar. Will you be eating any fish? Yeah, I will probably keep a whitefish if it's not this weekend, the next weekend, because I want some tacos. Cook's Bay is still not safe according to the hut operators. I haven't been there, so I have no idea. And I also wouldn't trust anyone's opinion on the ice. To be fair, though, if I see like a video of a guy going out there and spudding and taking out a piece of ice and it's 2 inches of white ice or blue ice, I'm not going, and I trust that. But that's why the ice reports are so great, because people usually check and show you, right? So you can judge it for yourself. That lure is huge. This guy, oh yeah. 7 inches maybe? I don't know. 6 inches? Probably 6 inches. Right there. Yeah, I kind of got into the big swim bait thing a couple years ago, and it's been a lot of fun, so. Is there Cabela's in Canada? Yeah, there's one in Barrie, and there's one in Manitoba, and there's probably one out east somewhere, so. Can you do a frog fishing for bass next video? If I drive down to Florida, I could, but we have ice right now, and I can't leave my healthcare area. So I'll do a couple in the summer though. I haven't been on a good frog forever, probably since I went down to Florida, so I gotta pick that up again. Have you ever tried a giant storm flat stick? I have no idea what that is. No, I haven't. You should do a fish and cook whitefish tacos. I'll do that. I'll do a catch and cook with tacos. It'll be a lot of fun. I was planning on doing it last year, but which lure was 6 inches? This guy. This is the Toxic Weigh and Crank. I got a question on it from my Instagram if I ever use a toxic bait. So that's that. My most productive bait this year was probably this guy though. The Piz Baby Carp Glide. I fished it a lot, caught a lot of fish on it. A lot of small fish, but I had a really good average on it. So my biggest fish came off of, it's also here. Came off of this guy, 5'10" largemouth. A couple ounces shy of my PB, caught him in the fall. Piz Riot Crank in a perch color right there. To be honest with you guys, I threw this thing around all summer with little success. Not zero success, but little success. I had zero confidence when I was throwing it that day in the fall when I caught that big fish. Maybe 5% confidence. So I kind of decided in my head that I'm going to chuck this thing all day. Even if I catch 0 fish, I'm chucking it all day. So I chucked it all day, and my biggest largemouth of the year ate it. So now I have 100% confidence in it, and probably one of the first baits I'm going to be checking once I can fish for bass again. So it's crazy how like one little experience or one day can change your outlook on a bait or a category of baits so fast. So when you fish for whitefish, do you use an attractor hole, a finesse, or just jig rod? I use my 2 rods whenever I can. If I'm whitefish fishing, if I'm lake trout fishing, wherever I am, if I can use 2 lines, if I can use 2 rods, I'm using 2 rods. So I will use one, or my main hole I'll have a soft plastic like the LB Gobi, and my other hole I'll have a lipless, so I'll have maybe a big tube if I'm expecting lake trout up high, or something shiny. Anything like that will attract the fish in. I've had fish come in on just a soft plastic, but it's a confidence thing. If you can get something moving, get them coming through on their lateral line, it's something you want to do. Bass Boy, thank you for the message. You retracted your message, so I can't read it now. But if you want to let me know what you said, that I can read it again. Can you go for walleye? I probably will again in February. Once February rolls around, I kind of want to get everything, get my Simcoe bug, I guess, out before any of that. I think we're gonna have. The thing is, I don't know if Simcoe is gonna freeze over this year. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to skidoo across the lake. I don't know, but I really hope it does. Use a black and blue jig and catch a 10-pounder. My PB's 10 pounds. That's a really big fish. That is a really big fish. I wish I could catch a 10-pounder. Maybe I've been planning like a spring trip. Not planning it. I've had the idea of going south for spring a couple years now, and I think Aaron and I were gonna do it this spring, but COVID hit, so we can't. But I think next year, once hopefully everything kind of evens out on the COVID thing, we'll be able to go down south. I have a couple like areas I want to hit, a couple different species I want to fish, and I think it'll be a really fun trip. So, favorite Ontario lake for bass? Simcoe. Are you using live bait on the ice? No, I don't. Actually, I used tip ups a couple of times this year. I caught a couple walleye, but usually no. Thank you, Bass Boy, once again. Do you think there'll be much pressure on the fish this year? Ice fishing, if you mean ice fishing, like on Simcoe, oh yeah, it's going to be an absolute zoo, 24/7. People have nothing to do. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of people are working from home. A lot of people are schooling from home. You can school wherever you want. I can do classes in the hut if I wanted to. So I think a lot of people are going to be on the ice more this year, and come spring, come summer, fishing as well. I definitely believe that. So if you guys have any last minute questions, let me know. Then we're gonna kind of cut this live stream off. Let me see if there's any more questions on my Instagram. You use regular line for open water, or do you use the ice line for ice fishing? I think that question was whether I use regular line or ice line. On my panfish rods, like my ice fishing panfish rods, I do run the Power Pro ice stuff. I use the 8-pound. I fish outside a lot when I'm like crappie and perch fishing and such, so I do like having that extra coat of protection. It doesn't puff up. It doesn't swell up as much. But when I'm fishing for lake trout, whitefish, bigger fish, first of all, you can't get the ice stuff in more than 50 yards of line, which is not enough. And I don't really trust it, so I use the regular Power Pro for all of that. Bass Boy, thank you for the super chats. How's your health? I'm great. I think if you're talking about the lung thing, I have a couple like follow-up appointments come March. I'm doing like a breathing test and a couple CT scans just to make sure that nothing's actually wrong with me. So I have a couple of those, but I haven't had any lung issues since, so I think we're good to go, which is great. Silent baits, have fun out there. The blue ice report today at Guilford, the thickness ice was reported out there 5 inches, and the least amount was 2 to a half inch. Yeah, see that 2.5 inch or 2? Yeah, 2.5 is. It depends what kind of ice. If it's all black ice, I feel safe on 2.5 inches. I'm also 130 pounds, so it's different for everyone. But the inconsistency of 5 inches to 2 inches is kind of not really good. So, was it cool sleeping on the ice? Oh, it was so sick. I slept like 0 hours, and I wasn't fishing. I just couldn't sleep. It was really cool. It was really cool until it started raining and the hut was soaked and water was dripping on me. But it was a really cool experience, and I'm really grateful for it because now I kind of know what to do and what not to do for next time I go out. And I think we're planning something for February, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, thank you guys for rigging up with me. It was a lot of fun. I love catching up with everyone on the live streams. I know you guys watch the videos and enjoy the videos, but this kind of allows me to have like a two-way communication with you guys, which is a lot of fun. I will probably end up doing a live stream on the ice here in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. When I want a hot bite, it would be cool to get a live stream going so I can catch the fish on live in front of you guys. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. Sorry I was a little late, but I hope you guys enjoy all the ice fishing content coming this season, and I'll see you guys in the next one.